Hello, this is ASTROLOGY and I'm Lily, your guide. This is the second video in the series of shock waves that we as humanity are going to go through in the year 2024 and 2025. This time Jupiter squares Saturn at 14 degrees between the signs Gemini and Pisces. This interpretation is about the second meeting of the two opposing in nature giants in our solar system. In the first video about their encounter, I specified their characteristics and what will be the influence this contradiction energy clash will bring. You can check it out in the link in the description and in the video itself. This video is in-depth view of Jupiter square Saturn through the gene keys it activates and affect on the global energetic field. What will Saturn restrict? What will be Saturn's constructive agenda? What are the fields, life aspects that we need to check our commitment and responsibilities at? In what area we will receive restrictions and what we can learn about it. To know more accurately how it will be manifested for you, check the Pisces sign to see what astrological house it's occupying in your birth chart and what aspects this transit Saturn receives. Saturn will be activating at the 14 degrees in the sign of Pisces, the 63rd gate, the gate of doubt and logic. It has very skeptical characteristic that wants to understand the logic behind everything, thus can create mental pressure to understand and get answers. This energy can be directed outwardly or inwardly, but it's more effective and talented, as always, for the outside, without personification. What many people do when they have pressure for answers, they invent them. Many don't get it that questions, mysteries, doubt is meant to inspiration, not to lock our reality in it. Gate 63 is the fuel of doubt, suspicion, and mistrust, projected to the outside world or wrapped in it. Because the majority are unaware of this energy or themselves, the doubt will first be placed against themselves and those close to them, and can certainly create conflicts on this shaky ground. Saturn here wants to show us the structure of doubt, the patterns, how through commitment and perseverance to check if we really have all the details, to understand if this or that pattern is usable and beneficial for our future. Logic, as always, needs time to establish the correct pattern for constructive and improved future. So Saturn here can actually be beneficial because it will slow our mind and give reconstruction for the most relevant and important questions in our lives. Yes, it will come with pressure and frustration. Many want to believe what those who are good at talking tell them. Others can doubt everything and everyone. But where is the middle ground? I will divide people into three main groups according to this energy impact. The first group are people who immersed in self-doubt. When doubt is repressed, it manifests itself as self-doubt, which based on comparison that can be very destructive. Because we trust our doubt completely, we must even doubt our self-doubt. Otherwise, we can succumb to fear and try to correct it with suspicion. And when it happens, self-doubt can become the destructive force in our life. It's like anxiety that constantly interfering and strongly impacts our overall health and well-being. So as long as our consciousness is identified with these mental patterns, it will be considered as if we live in a terrible world where everything we do or say will never be good enough. The second group of people will use this energy as exaggerated suspicions. This type of doubt is also in the end rooted in self-doubt, but becomes as a trigger. The most common form of suspicion falls on the people closest to us. Whenever we make our doubts subjective, we get into endless mental destruction. And other people's reaction to our suspicions may be aggressive or defensive, but in any case it serves as a basis for strengthening our doubt about them. The logic seems to prove that our suspicions about others are true. So this is a classic biological feedback loop common to many relationships. This can be avoided so easily if people control their self-doubt or reflect it back to society creatively and via its investigative gifts. So if you understand the root of your restricted belief systems and restricted doubt patterns, you will be able to achieve the right inquiry to open up your true heredity and follow your genetic gifts. And while Saturn occupies Pisces, Jupiter is trying to expand the communication field, our experience field in the sign of Gemini. So what will Jupiter try to really expand? Where we can find joy with this Jupiter and this challenging aspect? What are the rules that Jupiter wants us to follow to achieve wisdom and happiness? At 13th degree in the sign of Gemini, Jupiter activating the key 35. The perpetual hunger for new experiences, food, objects, whatever. In the low and negative frequency of this gate, it is dissatisfaction with what is there and a desire for more without awareness when enough is enough. The most important thing to understand via this energy is that the more you feed your hunger, the hungrier you will get. So answer the following questions for yourself. Is it hard for you to be content with what you have in life, even though you have enough of it or a lot of it? Are you pursuing too many changes? Do you easily get bored of anything or from others? Maybe you're just reflecting your boredom from yourself. Jupiter here can expand our urge for new emotional excitement, new experiences and progress in life at all cost. Many will try to diversify their life via the outer world, without realizing that all the diversity is in us. If only you could stop for a moment the pursuit of life and notice your inner abilities and skill, you will find a whole world of the diversity and creativity within you. Interestingly enough, this energy is responsible for the amino acid tryptophan, which produces the hormone serotonin. It is the only gene key out of the 64 that produces this amino acid. So just so that you understand how important this. Serotonin is the hormone of happiness and satisfaction. When a person seeks temporary pleasures and indulgence, whether through sweets or a one-night stand or jumping from a parachute, all of these raise short-term and ineffective serotonin in our blood and cause its imbalance, leading to even more life suffering and even more hunger for pleasures. Any attempt to feed our hunger artificially and in the short term raises serotonin very quickly and at the same speed lowers it. It can make us dependable on the waves of this serotonin through the pursuit of life experiences from the outside. Dependent on many things that are not us, that doesn't suit us, and even can destroy our true nature from within. Only when we understand, accept, and internalize the fact that we are addicted to the outside world, to indulgence, only then we can break free from it. Only then the hunger can balance out. And when it happens, the blaming and the wishing we have something that we do not have stops. This energy frequency is prevalent worldwide, even in those people who do not carry it from birth. This energy can be contagious, like epidemic. So in conclusion, Jupiter wants us to, first of all, start enjoying our inner world more than the outer. Second, stop being dependent on the outside world for our happiness. Third, to start focusing energy on developing our diverse uniqueness. And to start being grateful for what we have and learn to expand on that ground. Once again, I will show in 3 main ways how people will harness this energy. The first group are people who try to suppress their inner need for change because of the fear of change itself. They are very indecisive, which causes them to suppress their genetic need for change and progress. This suppression makes those people look lifeless. Their lives can pass meaninglessly, and this indecisiveness can even be in the small things in life. The second group of people are the opposite. They are like on the verge of madness. The urge for change and new experiences creates in them obsessions. They are terrified of boredom and emotional emptiness and therefore try to fill their shortcomings and emotional deprivation in every way and price. Through the most irrational behavior, of course, because this energy is abstract and not logic at all. And any attempt from others to stop their crazy behavior and conduct encounters, of course, hostility and aggression. The best utilized of this energy are by the people from the third group that have wisdom regarding this frequency. And they just understand the nature of hunger and do not let it control them or make them addicted to something unhealthy. They have within them the gift of diversity. They develop themselves, and instead of seeking diversity and experiences from the outside, they found and find anything they need within them. Then they can reflect those talents they have developed towards the world and thus become an example and experts on how to progress in life. They know that the only thing worth pursuing is their own diverse development. Nothing on the outside really attracts them. They enjoy discovering their uniqueness and the rich inner world that is within them. This is all for this wave shock to be a helping guide for our energy use. Hopefully. Take care and see you in the next videos.